There, and welcome to our very first Asana focused video. I'm Hazel from Zhamatix. We're a Perth based digital transformation consulting company and proud Asana Solutions partner. Whether you're juggling a team or running solo, keeping work organized can feel like a full time job, especially when you're bouncing between emails, chat apps, spreadsheets, and sticky notes just to stay afloat. Now, think of Asana as your digital office. Just like a physical office holds your whiteboard, project folders, team meetings, and to-do lists, Asana brings all of that into one organized online space. It's where your team can plan, communicate, and track work together without the chaos. I'll be using a demo environment in this video, so everything you'll see is just for demonstration purposes. The goal here is to show you how you can make Asana your team's command center. In this video, I'll walk you through what Asana is, why it's useful, and how it makes work easier. We will also explore what you can do with Asana, what it's not designed for, and how growing teams can take advantage of these features. This video is perfect for beginners or anyone curious about how Asana works, so we're not covering every advanced feature just yet. But don't worry, there's more coming. We'll be releasing more videos to take you from an Asana beginner to a seasoned user. And if you have any questions after watching, feel free to leave a comment or connect with us on our socials to learn how the Maddox can support you or your team with setup, training, or Asana workflow design. All right, now that we know what to expect, let's start by answering a simple question. What is Asana and why should you even consider using it? This is Asana, your collaborative work management tool, aka your digital office. It helps teams plan, track, and execute projects in one place without the chaos of scattered tools. Asana bridges content, communication, and coordination, keeping everything in one place instead of jumping between emails, chat apps, and spreadsheets. With Asana, teams can see exactly who is doing what and by when, so there's no more guessing or chasing people for updates. Key takeaway before we proceed, Asana gives you the structure and visibility across all your work so you can stop juggling tools and focus on getting things done. All right? Now that we know why Asana is useful or helpful, let's take a closer look at how it makes your day-to-day work easier. Asana simplifies work by addressing three essential components, which are content management, communication, and coordination. When it comes to content management, Asana can help you manage files because instead of digging through emails, you can attach files directly to tasks and keep everything in one place. And in communication, instead of long email threads or scattered chat apps, conversations like this one stay linked to the task where they actually matter. It can also allow you to loop in team members easily by adding them as collaborators. Let me just pull here. This is a new, this is another team member that we can add. For example, it's Peter. We can loop Peter in, just like copying a colleague to an existing email thread. And lastly, coordination. It's always clear who is doing what and by when, so nothing gets lost. Key takeaway before we proceed, when content, communication, and coordination come together, work becomes simpler, faster, and more collaborative. Now that you've seen how Asana simplifies the way teams work, let's explore what you can actually do with it. Okay, first is that you can break work down into clear steps so nothing feels overwhelming by creating tasks in a project, or you can add subtasks to split work into smaller parts. There are multiple ways you can add subtasks to a task, and you can do it by adding the subtask name manually. Let me just add it here. Review Asana use case, some goals, or you can simply highlight the ones in the task description and add them as subtasks. And the other one is for you to use the AI assist options. You can use it to draft subtasks on your behalf. It will generate a preview of the options. Okay, here we have the option to review the options it gave us. Since some of the subtasks are already added, we can remove them from the options. And now we can add it to the list of subtasks. Here now we have the subtasks based on the information in our task description. A key tip for using AI, Asana AI, or any AI of sort is the mnemonic HAHA, where it stands for human input. And in this case, it's the task description, the AI draft or AI initial output, which is the list of options it gave us when it drafted the subtasks. And then human review or human approval, where we reviewed the subtask options. And of course, the AI output or final output when it added the subtasks that we kept from the list it gave us. Now we can also modify the task description by replacing the static task text by or replacing the static text with the subtasks that we added. Next is another thing that we can do in Asana is for us to utilize the different views. We all know that different teams work differently, so we can choose the view that fits our style or the view that aligns with our project needs. Let me just show you the options of the views that you can use in Asana. Here they are: list, note, Gantt chart, board, calendar, timeline, and workload. We can also have multiple tabs of the same view, like these ones: incomplete and completed, show you the tasks that are incomplete and the ones that are completed, respectively. So that's it. Key takeaway before we proceed: Asana gives your team flexibility to manage projects your way while keeping everything visible and on track. Of course, no tool does everything. So before we wrap up, let's talk about what Asana isn't built for, just so you know where its limits are. The first one is that Asana is not a full file storage system. As you can see here, you can store files, but Asana isn't a replacement for these options like Dropbox, Google Drive, Box, and OneDrive. Next is that Asana is not designed for advanced financial tracking. So let me just show an example here. Okay. Well, you can track high-level budgets like these information that I'm adding. Asana isn't a financial management tool. As you can see here, it automatically calculates the numbers that we plugged in. But key takeaway before we proceed is that Asana is powerful for managing tasks and projects, but for things like heavy file storage or financial reporting, you'll want to integrate it with other tools. Now, let's take a look at how Asana scales up, especially if you're working in a growing team or across departments. As your team grows, Asana keeps work structured and clear. So, as you can see here, there are multiple projects that you can view. You can also add teams. So whether you're 3 people or 30, Asana grows with you, making sure everyone knows what they're responsible for and when it's due. All right, that's a solid overview of what Asana can do. Let's wrap things up. That's a quick intro to Asana, your all-in-one work management tool. Hopefully, you now have a clear idea of how Asana can make your work life easier. If you're just getting started, try setting up a project, adding tasks, and playing around with different views. And if you'd like more of this content, be sure to watch out for our upcoming videos. And if you found this helpful or useful, feel free to connect with us on our socials and drop any questions in the comments. We'd love to help. So that's it for today. Bye. See you on the next one.